Welcome back. You got Will and Iran here from the Block Runner, MetaZone, and Rovi. And today we're going to be talking about Animoca, Yatsu, and $2 billion.
Ooh, yummy, yummy.
So Animoca just announced.
Have we ever talked about Animoca before? I think so. Probably like remnants here and there.
No, here and there, yeah.
It's not like Animoca is like a project to be spoken of, right?
No, they're just an investor.
Well, they're like a force.
Well, yeah.
These days. But we've identified them early on, right? Because way back in the day, we had like a podcast interview with the Sandbox founder, Sebastian.
Sebastian, yeah.
And his other, co-team mates. But that's where I think we first caught wind of Animoca. I was like, who.
Yeah, we kept hearing it. It's like, okay, let's investigate.
It's a great name, right? It's a name you want to learn more about.
Yeah.
So we looked into it and we're like, damn, dude, these guys are like, they have their hands in everything NFT / Metaverse related.
They've been around since 2014.
Yeah. Like all that stuff.
Yeah.
So they're probably like like an indie game studio type situation. Built up some titles over the years, but once blockchain, Web3 gaming kind of rolled into town, they really stepped up to the plate, dude, and they started swinging. Yeah, they did. Hard.
And they hit the ball.
They hit.
Yeah.
They
got some home runs.
Straight up. What's the guy on Stroh's team? The guy who hits some home runs?
Jordan
style, dude.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. So now they've grown into a unicorn of a force in the crypto and the Web3 space. And here they are, dude, announcing this new Metaverse-focused fund.
Yeah, $2 billion worth.
Which is good news if you're interested in the Metaverse. If you've been doubting, again, which majority of Planet does. And we keep having to refer to like information like this, right? Yeah. Well, clearly tons of money is still being thrown in this sector.
Yeah. So
there's still some believers out there,
Oh, yeah. I think if you kind of extrapolate human existence, this is sort of like a natural step for our evolution.
What are you talking about? The Metaverse in general?
Yeah, the Metaverse in general, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. That's
I mean, I don't think it's that far reach just because we grew up with games.
Yeah,
we can see what this leads to.
We're already there, right? With everything we do is like some sort of has a digital aspect to it, right?
Well, that and pretty much everything that we do, even like, you could treat life as an RPG where you're gaining levels and, like experiencing stuff.
Interesting.
And so now apply just a digital layer on top of it, and you're in the Metaverse.
Okay, so you're advocating for the merits of the Metaverse itself, like which obviously us and you guys listening most likely are believers, right?
Yeah, yeah.
But just like any other like emerging sector technology, there's a fight ahead.
Oh right? Yeah. First they laugh at you.
Exactly. That's where
then
we're at.
They fight you.
They're laughing hard at us.
Yeah.
Right now. But that's the point. That's the point I'm trying to make. Like, where are the glimmers of hope that we could identify past the walls of laughter?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Here's one.
And the glimmer of hope are all the predictions of $1 trillion metaverses, all the billions of dollars of investments from Facebook all the way down to Nvidia, and then all these other investors putting in money into metaverse projects.
Yeah, like Sony's out there rolling out new products. I think like a body motion tracker thing for like $200 or $300 is out there now.
Yeah.
These are all metaverse related products, right? I mean, every big tech company foresees a future where like, digital presence is like a main factor of your day-to-day life, Yeah. So
everyone's placing their bets, like all these investors and companies.
So there's hardware considerations for that.
Yeah.
There's software and even AI, apparently.
We're going to be talking about that in a second.
Yeah.
So $2 billion. I don't think this is set in stone just yet. I mean, according to this article, the target is between $1 billion to $2 billion.
To invest in, which is interesting because if you know anything about Animoca, they've been investing for the last several years, like nonstop.
To startups.
Yeah, like you see it like in any new metaverse or like a play to earn game. Animoca is on that investor list.
That's right.
Usually leading a round or two. But now I guess according to these statements, they're looking for more of like an actual
growth to late stage startups.
Okay, so explain that.
So I guess any growth to late stage would indicate a project that's found product market fit.
So there's some traction there.
Traction, revenue generation, and they need funds to expand, scale.
Basically, a less risky
marketing
type.
Less risky, yes.
Yeah, it would be like in like an OpenSea, like already generating multiple millions of dollars in volume on a daily basis, right? As opposed to, hey man, we have this idea for like an NFT marketplace. So we haven't built it yet, but we would like some money to do that.
we got a white paper.
And, we got a great idea and all this stuff. So that's the different spectrums of like investment opportunities, right? So
startup is closer to gambling, but it's not gambling. It's there's a lot more trust and faith required in startups.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But if you get in on those positions, that's where you hit the Jordans.
Yeah.
Out the park.
1000Xs, yeah.
Yeah, you hit those. That's what gets you to this stage, I think.
Yeah.
If you're able to do that. So their strategy was basically get their hands on everything.
Yeah, which is a good strategy.
You just need a couple. Like they had the Sandbox, huge home run.
Yeah.
Big hitter. Yuga Labs on the other side.
Yeah.
Fucking massive.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
and you can only hit those when you're like putting money in everything.
Exactly. So good for them. Good for the metaverse space as a whole. So this means, this is a headline that's going to capture a lot of developers' attention, right? It's like, hey, so there's a lot of money over there in that metaverse space about to hit in 2023. So maybe we should start assembling teams and start, identifying problems in the metaverse and start building companies, or at least early stage companies, try and build some traction so that one day Mr. Yatsu will approve of us. You know what I mean?
Yeah, right. So it announced $358 million fundraising in January and one for $110 million in September.
Mm-hmm.
So Animoca, despite all these like collapses, Animoca is still attracting investors at this caliber.
Yeah. So having said all this, so let's talk now. Like, so what's needed as far as what needs to be built? So this is, if you know who this is the CEO of Nvidia. He has his own thoughts, and I think we pretty much agree.
Yeah, we're aligned here.
Yeah, I mean, if you don't know, go to MetaZone and kind of look at what it is we think is needed for the metaverse, right?
Yeah.
Content.
Yeah.
We've built a content storefront application store for creators to, submit things that can exist and are deployable in the metaverse, right?
Yeah.
So you read what he's saying, AI at some point will probably
So let's talk about that. So why AI? Why is it like an important fixture as to the creation of content in the metaverse?
Yeah.
And it takes great skill to make stuff for the metaverse, right? 3D modeling, programming in many cases. And so these are skills that require a ton of effort, a ton of hours of expertise to get into.
Mm-hmm.
So AI, you can basically speak into a microphone and you could develop an entire world just by talking, essentially. And so all of a sudden, that great skill barrier is now lowered and everyone could become creators of the metaverse.
Yeah, which is a crazy thing to think of. Like, we all become creators of worlds, which essentially is possible on the internet. Like, if you spin up a web page or something, it's not as of
3D.
Yeah, it's not as much as of an actual tangible experience as like a metaverse ecosystem can be.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, so even in the reality of this, where AI is dominant force, I still think there's got to be like some human involvement in all this, right?
It still requires a human to use the AI tool to make everything. The AI is just not going to, pop out metaverses. Just
are you sure?
Because you
can't just tell the AI like everything it needs to know and just like live on forever, AI, and just keep spinning stuff up based on your own like interpretation of what the metaverse should be.
We've seen what AI could do as far as like 2D images.
Yeah.
And they don't get a lot of stuff right, especially hands for some reason.
And faces.
It's
true.
So
and words.
And sometimes words,
yeah, language.
Yeah.
But this is like the early versions of it.
It is.
Extrapolate down the line, everything's going to be so perfect.
But I think AI is more like it gives you the foundation, a starting point, and then the creator, the creatives out there, the humans, make that into something that's people want to buy.
It's true. We've been deep diving into like all the existing tool sets that are available.
Yeah.
You know,
there's a ton of them.
There are a ton. And they're hitting a lot of different, like, you know,
music,
legal stuff.
Yeah, legal.
Just business operations, just content generation in general.
Yeah.
It's crazy. But yeah, I guess right now it's kind of like what benchmarks do we need to set to know when the metaverse is going to hit this like Cambrian explosion moment, right?
Yeah.
Where AI is literally just self-assembling like a whole universe.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's the interesting part to me too. Like, man,
speculate. You know what? I mean, this goes back to like the ethos of science is that you understand how things work, and therefore you can predict what you should be looking for. And if we understand what's needed in order to create the metaverse, you need AI. Then we know we need to look for AI projects that are facilitating this, and see if they have their own tokens, and see what sort of models that they're creating to facilitate something like this. Because if we're on this wavelength where we know that this is needed, other people have to be on the same wavelength, especially if they're investing $2 billion.
Absolutely. Yeah, and they name drop a few of these projects here that are actually actively researching and developing these tools. So
yeah, Nvidia being one of them.
Yeah, Stable Diffusion, Promethean AI,
yeah,
Lido AI. So we'll probably make some videos on these.
I think it's worth it.
They're not like Web3 projects.
Yeah, native.
Don't expect like a token.
No, definitely not.
I don't think we have to pigeonhole ourselves in this channel to only like, you know, crypto projects. This is very relevant to. So, like, these things will contribute to the future of a bunch of crypto projects, I'm sure.
100%.
So, like, by understanding these standards, you'll be able to make better judgment calls on which metaverse ecosystems or which metaverse infrastructure projects to invest in, right?
Yeah, the next crypto
or
project.
Be a part of, not invest in, but yeah.
Yeah, the next crypto project that you hear of using Promethean AI, you'll know exactly what they're doing.
I was like, oh, yeah, so these guys, they get it.
Yeah.
Right.
That's right.
That's why we need to look into that, because I mean, we've witnessed the metaverse and we've seen the dilemma of content. Like, you just go into any metaverse. Well, I guess specifically Decentraland.
Yeah.
I mean, it's improved over the years. When we first got in, it was literally like a wasteland of nothingness,
gray grids.
So that's what motivated us to like get involved. Right. Yeah. It was like, dude, there's a problem here. Like, let's work on it. But so like there's like been like a 50 to 60% improvement on like content, you know, allocation, deployment.
Yeah.
But there's still very minimal improvement as far as like engaging content, right?
Yeah.
Hasn't really progressed much. So there's a lot more work to be done. That means there's a lot more technology and infrastructure left to be developed.
Yeah.
So all this means opportunity, right? This is why Yatsu is, you know, assembling a $2 billion vehicle.
Yeah, right.
Because he knows the same thing.
Yeah.
He's probably ahead of us.
Yeah, and he's probably reading all these articles about $1 trillion metaverse, and then all the way down to like $60 trillion metaverse. I was like, guys, I think let's have a meeting. Let's put some money together and invest in this.
Yeah, dude, he's not pivoting.
No, right? He's definitely not.
Yeah, and neither is like Mark Zuckerberg and Meta. I think they're kicking it back a little bit. They laid off a bunch of people. But they're not alone. It's a whole macroeconomic situation they're forced to deal with. The whole tech space, the whole world has to deal with this, right? So,
that's right.
But, you know, Meta has suffered a lot of scrutiny for their, I guess, over ambition and like their spending burn rates and stuff like that. So they are like dialing it back a little bit from.
This is the laughing phase, right?
Yeah.
Everybody's going to make fun of everybody talking about the metaverse and it's stupid.
But nobody's like pivoting is what I'm saying. Nobody's like giving up.
Yeah.
And that's how you know there's like something of substance there, right? Like, dude, you can't just give it up.
Yeah.
Come on, like, fuck it. To me, the more laughs, the better, right?
Yeah,
That's a sign of
a healthy technological trajectory,
I guess. Yeah. Something like that, you know. So yeah, expect more AI. Dude, we've been talking about AI a lot lately. So now AI is in the metaverse conversation.
Yeah,
we were talking about AI in the last video. It's like, what's going to resurge? Just NFT mania in general. Probably some sort of NFT and AI conversion.
Yep. The singularity.
I guess.
The metaverse singularity.
Yeah, man. AI is really taking over, dude. It's getting wild.
It's so useful. That's like the biggest kind of revelation to us is like it's actually useful.
Yeah, because now you can get.
It's not a novelty.
You can get your hands on it now, which is that's the breakthrough.
Yeah, the inflection point.
It's not just a bunch of like computer scientists talking about the ramifications of it. You know,
it's not a movie thing anymore.
Yeah, it's real, dude. It's here, and it's only gonna get better. And I'm anticipating a lot more application of it.
A lot more people with their hands on the tools.
That too. So yeah, voxels here. So this tweet stood out to me because they use the word procedurally generated pre-builds.
Okay.
Which, I mean, I don't think I've ever heard of that yet. Like, we've heard procedurally generated, obviously, right? That's how PFPs come about.
Mm-hmm.
But in the metaverse space, I don't think anybody has actually done this yet. So this is the first I've seen. I don't know if they're leveraging AI or not, but still, this is kind of like an example of that trajectory, right?
Yeah, it's on the same realm.
Yeah, of like some sort of a tool set.
Artificially generated.
Yes, meaning like you don't have to sit there and like
create every corner and
every crease.
Voxel.
Even if it's not a voxel creation, like, you know, everything is going to be generated at some point, like without that manual, tedious involvement, right?
Yeah.
So it's getting there, and a good thing it's voxel is kind of like getting the show started because this is like a great representation of where we are, dude. Like, look at that.
Yeah, it's very rudimentary. Yeah, but the world voxels is, you know,
that's the way the world looks.
Yeah, that's how it looks.
But before this was like literally you had to lay each cube like a Minecraft.
Mm-hmm.
You know, each cube and build out your experience on your land. So with these kind of tools, now anybody who owns land will be able to leverage them and be like, hey, man, I don't know how this works, but I'd imagine it's like you just tell it a few things or...
Yeah, you give it parameters.
Yeah.
It has to be so big and so tall.
Yeah, like 3 stories.
Yeah, give me some
two stairs.
Yeah.
Like 5 rooms.
Yeah.
You know.
It's like click button,
generate.
Yeah.
and then
boom. Everybody has their own unique space.
Yeah. Which is good.
Yeah.
Which more potential, you know, mania juices, dude. Procedurally generated stuff seems to really get people going just because of the uniqueness of all that.
Yeah.
You get to identify yourself or add some sort of identity, you know, to your bucket.
Yeah, yeah. So yeah, I think that covers everything for today. We spoke about AI, Yatsu, $2 billion, no big deal. Yeah, that's it. Metaverse. You guys are laughing, but the Metaverse is coming, whether you like it or not.
Yeah, just more stuff's happening. Well, everybody's crying over FTX, but good reason to cry.
It is.
A lot of shit's happening as a result of that, and I'm pretty sure that debacle's not finished with. Like, we'll probably be sprinkling more reactions here soon once more bankruptcies come to light.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But in the meantime, just don't fixate only on that. There's so much happening on the, you know, beyond this tunnel vision event.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, of sadness.
Despair, sadness, whatever you want to call it, dude. There's progress. Again, that's going to be the theme of this month, dude. Progress. We're going to find as much progress points as we can to lead us into 2023 in like a good spirit.
Yeah.
Hopefully. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and also check out our video on NFTs on Uniswap now, which is probably going to be released yesterday if you're watching this video today.
Yeah.
And also follow us on Twitter at The Block Runner, at Meadows.io, and at Roby AI, and we will catch you in the next video.
Peace.